In a quiet suburban neighborhood in the United States, there stood an old, unassuming house. To the neighbors, it was just another piece of local history. But to those who knew its secrets, it was a place of dread. The house had been abandoned for decades, ever since the last family who lived there vanished without a trace. The rumors about the house were vague, whispers of strange noises and shadowy figures, but nothing concrete. Most dismissed it as just another urban legend. But for Jenny and her friends, it was a challenge they couldn't resist. They were all in their 20s, thrill seekers looking for a scare, and the idea of spending the night in the house was too tempting. One cold autumn night, Jenny and her friends made their way to the house. The air felt unnaturally still, and as they approached, the faintest sound of whispering seemed to greet them. Jenny brushed it off, thinking it was just the wind. They entered the house through the back door, which creaked loudly as it swung open. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and the walls were covered in peeling wallpaper. The house was dead silent, except for the occasional groan of the old wooden floorboards. They laughed nervously, trying to shake off the eerie feeling that had settled over them. As the night wore on, they explored the house, finding nothing but broken furniture and old photographs of a family from the 1940s. But then, things began to change. The whispering they had heard outside grew louder, but it didn't seem to come from any specific direction. It was all around them, as though the walls themselves were speaking. At first, it was just faint murmurs, but soon, they could make out words. "Leave," the voice hissed. "Get out." Jenny's heart pounded in her chest as her friends exchanged nervous glances. They decided it was time to leave. But when they turned back toward the door, it was gone. The hallway that had led to the exit was now a dead end, replaced by a blank wall. Panic set in. They tried every door, every window, but nothing led outside. It was as if the house had trapped them inside. The whispers grew louder, more urgent, and then they heard something else. Footsteps. Heavy, deliberate footsteps coming from upstairs. One of her friends, Mike, shouted, "Who's there?" But there was no response, just the relentless sound of the footsteps growing closer. Jenny's heart raced as they all huddled together, terrified. The whispers now screamed, "You shouldn't have come." Suddenly, the lights flickered, and in the brief moments of darkness, they saw it. A figure standing at the top of the stairs. It was a tall, shadowy man, his face obscured in darkness, but his eyes, they gleamed with a sinister light. He slowly began to descend the stairs, and as he did, the temperature in the house dropped dramatically. Their breaths became visible in the icy air. The whispers turned into deafening screams, the walls shaking violently. Desperate, they ran through the house, searching for any way out.